It just screams world class. From his celebration to his finishing, he is going to take over from Harry Kane and Erling Haaland and become the best striker in the world over the next few years. He might be one of the most well-rounded strikers on the planet at the moment behind Harry Kane. He has got everything in his game. 32 goal contributions in 25 games for Sporting Lisbon this season, with 22 goals and 10 assists and 36 goals in all competitions in 39 games. He's an elite bagsman. 50 goal contributions in all competitions, the first Sporting Lisbon player to reach that feat since Bruno Fernandes. Every time I open up Twitter, I feel like Gyokeres has scored again. And after his hat-trick last night, he has ticked over the 50 goal contribution mark in all competitions. The guy is just an absolute joke. His finishing is ruthless. He's got brutal power. There was a goal that he scored against Benfica recently. Go and search that up. That he just shrugged off the defender and burst past him with his pace. Haaland-esque. He has got everything. And no wonder Arsenal were in for him. They won't be the only one. There was going to be a real fight to get Viktor Gyokeres this summer because I feel like he is a Premier League star in the making. Not many people saw this coming when he signed for Sporting Lisbon from Coventry. He has an incredible...
We don't need to...
Can I go back to the other... Can I watch the Jeans one? Have you got... Is it easy for you to go back?
Yeah. But
I just want to just
scores the most goals in the Premier League.
Is it the same person?
That's what we're going to go in. Wow. It's never going to happen. That's go in it. Top Premier League goals.
I mean, no, looks like he's playing with jeans on.
It is
right, I know exactly I know exactly what's gone on here. Look who he's sat next to. He's clearly caught engagement addictitis from Rory Jennings because that it makes sense now. Look at who he's. There's probably been some sort of bodily contact there. He's breathed on him. Give the lad a chance. He ain't thinking straight because, I mean, obviously I'm joking, but seriously, this is the problem with. I like the overlap. I like the show with Keane, etc. And I like Scholes and Carragher. And they miss a lot. They do miss a lot, but they have an opinion. The problem they've got here is, and I actually watched it last week, and the top comment was, you need to change the fans. Chelsea, Rory Jennings doesn't represent Chelsea. Adam McCullough doesn't represent Manchester United every week. They represent Adam McCullough and Rory Jennings. Like, they are individuals. And the reason the top comment last week was you need to change your fans is they need to change the fans around. Like, there should be a different fan on rotation every week, because if they're going to talk about Man United or Spurs or Arsenal, you're just giving those individuals the train ride up to think of what shit can I come up with. It's scripted bullshit, isn't it? I mean, I guarantee he's come up on the train and gone, he ain't thought of that. He's gone, I'm gonna get in there about Gyokeres and jeans, and I'm gonna get a clip, and that's really sad because he's exposed himself as a complete and utter prat now. Like, he's spent all that time talking about Gyokeres, prat man, and this keeps happening though. Rory does it all the time. I mean, he is a paid actor. He used to be on EastEnders, but he's an intelligent guy as well. They spend their time thinking about something to say that's going to go viral. And I think it's such a shame because when Paul Scholes misses with a bad opinion, at least he's giving his opinion. He'll be consistent around, I don't think Man United should play a 3-4-3. They should play a 4-4-2 because they did in my day. And I understand that. But the total contradiction there is incredible. And look, them all laughing, I found a bit cringe because you are basically, certainly not saying it's bullying or anything like that, but I know what I defend Gyokeres because I wanted him to come to Man United. I think he's a fantastic striker. I don't think he's fully fit at the moment. And, I think it was Carragher that was saying that, he doesn't pass the eye test or something. And he was on about it again, that Havertz will probably take his place. And, I can't remember what the exact thing he said was, he's not the easiest on the eye. Well, this is following up from 2 weeks ago that Amrin would have been sacked if he wasn't good looking. I mean, is that the level? Is that the level of analysis now that we can't actually scrutinise their definitive factual record that he scored more goals in Europe last season than any striker? We move beyond definitive facts that he's a brilliant striker to he looks like he's running with jeans on. He's not easy on the eye. He's not been sacked because he's good looking. It's just. And we're seeing it with Wirtz at Liverpool after such a short period of time. We're going to see it with Šeško. Obviously, if they had a British passport, they'd get a bit of a better ride. But ultimately, we are just finding different ways to judge people now, which is just incredible to me. It looks like he's running with jeans on. imagine if Gyokeres come out and said, I've actually had a condition since I was a kid with my back. I had major operations on it, and that's why I run like that. They'll all shit themselves then about him running with jeans on, won't they? And that's my point. Why are you judging people on how they look or how they run or anything like that? Because it's not actually about that. I find it a real shame that it's very obvious when you've been in this game for 10 years that people are now literally engagement addicts, like someone said in the chat, that they're literally looking for it. I never know what you're going to show me. I never script anything for 10 years. I just go live and do a video, because I think then it's just authentic, isn't it? And I might come out with an absolute clanger, and I certainly have, but I'm certainly not going to take my time to think, ooh, what did he say that I can say, or anything like that. And you end up contradicting yourself.
Yeah, some people say, look, it's just a bit of banter, it's a bit of a joke. I understand that. The problem is, and I've seen this develop in recent years, is that one joke then becomes milked and then becomes real analysis. Equally, if you'd really watched him last season like I did, he's run the move the whole time this way. There's nothing different in terms of how he's running and moving now. The difference is, and I know he's a Spurs fan, so he's got there is an agenda in it. But you're doing that one video on TikTok. Why? Probably because speaking that way on TikTok's one of two things. You either have to overly praise or overly criticize everything. If you do, there's a United fan who just everything we're doing is the best thing that a football club has ever done. And it goes viral because everybody's waiting for it to not happen. But it's always going to go wrong, because even if we do something good, say we all think we're going to beat City at the weekend, he won't predict 1-0, 2-1. He'll predict 7-0. And then look stupid, right? And then people do the other way, where they're annoyed about everything and everything's problematic. That's where I have an issue with this. And people, gosh, it's a bit of fun, Terry. The problem is it's catching more and more fire, as you say, people just saying things that they really don't mean. So someone will say, Terry, you just said Forest will get relegated. Well, I already predicted them coming around about 12th, I think, this year in my predictions. But I've got reasoning for it. One of the biggest things I criticize at my club, Man United, is when we go for one style of football to a completely opposing ideology. I think it's one of the reasons that we're in trouble. We, though, have spent billions on players and actually have good quality players, even though we haven't gelled them as a team together. Forest have good players that were gelled and regimented to play a certain way, and you're going to the complete opposite end of the spectrum. I have also said it's a hot take. So at least I've got some rationale behind it. But to go from 1 minute saying this guy's replacing Harry Kane, he's amazing, everything about him brilliant, to he runs in jeans, and that's going to be the narrative pushed every week he doesn't score a goal, it's going to become tiring and boring. And there will be no real analysis into why isn't he scoring goals yet? What do you think could be the issue? And that's the bit that I have a problem with. It's fine to make the joke, but you then need what I believe to be the quality analysis. And that's just dying in this industry. And I don't like to see it personally, mate. I really, really don't.
Well, I just find it. Look, banter's a massive part of why I've done so well. The Pratt Man thing is literally going viral at the moment. I didn't even make the song up. So sometimes, but most of my stuff is in-game reaction to pure and utter despair because I love Manchester United, and I'm just like, oh my god. In a conversation like this, I'm just probably what I find difficult about the Gyokeres thing is that it's. As I said, I don't want to use the word bullying because that's just ridiculous, but it is definitely an agenda that was written before he even kicked a ball. As a Man United fan, I would have loved him at United. I watched him against Arsenal, not fit. Against Man United, not fit. I watched him against Leeds, still didn't look fit, gets 2 goals. Watched him against Liverpool, never really got a sniff, still doesn't look fit. We haven't started Šeško because he's not fit. Arteta has decided to put to let Gyokeres get his fitness in game. He's going to score so many goals this season. I've got him down for Golden Boot. That might be a little bit too far as a hot take, but I have got him down for that. He is going to work. Why are we talking about him in situations like this and that about wearing jeans or he's not easy on the eye? It's like you didn't used to get that on Match. I mean, look, I'm glad the days of Match of the Day are gone and we've got things like this. I think it's better, but you never would have got that years ago. I know he scored 2 goals, but he's not easy on the eye and he looks like he's running around in jeans. I mean, it's this I think like sometimes you get a really good viral clip because it's natural, and I think people are just chasing it now.
But no, and maybe that's it. As you say, I hear you, mate. 110% viewers. Let us know what you think and feel. Super chat here says, a Forest fan and Arsenal fan walk into a bar. What do? They start one of the best YouTube shows together. So obviously,
I'm the Arsenal fan, then, am I?
Yeah, I'm a Forest. No one knows this secret. Mark's actually a Gooner. I'm actually the Forest fan. It's been a private joke for many years. Cheers for the super chat, bro. I appreciate it.